Imagine waking up to the sky darkened by smoke, the air thick with ash, and the sound of sirens echoing through the city. That was the reality for Los Angeles residents in January 2025. The wildfires that swept through LA in early 2025 left behind devastation unlike anything the city has ever seen. Over 37,000 acres burned, thousands of homes destroyed, and countless families displaced. But how did this happen, and more importantly, how can we prevent it from happening again? Let's break down what caused the wildfires, how they impacted the city and the environment, and what we can all do to protect our planet from future disasters. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to take action. What happened? In early January 2025, two major wildfires, the Palisades Fire and the Eaton Fire, erupted almost simultaneously. The Palisades Fire started on January 7th near the Pacific Palisades neighborhood. Strong Santa Ana winds, reaching up to 60 miles per hour, fanned the flames, pushing them into residential areas within minutes. Just hours later, the Eaton Fire sparked in Eaton Canyon. Dry vegetation and intense winds caused it to explode in size, consuming over 14,000 acres in less than 24 hours. Emergency services were overwhelmed. Firefighters couldn't reach many areas in time because the fires were moving too fast. The damage was unbelievable. Palisades Fire, 23,448 acres burned. 6,837 structures destroyed. Multiple fatalities. Eaton Fire, 14,021 acres burned. Over 9,000 structures destroyed. 17 confirmed deaths. Over 200,000 residents were forced to evacuate. Entire neighborhoods were wiped off the map. Why did it happen? Here's the hard truth: this wasn't just bad luck. Climate change played a massive role. 2025 was one of the hottest and driest years on record. Drought conditions left the landscape bone dry, perfect fuel for a wildfire. Low humidity and strong winds acted like a match in gasoline. Basically, Los Angeles became a ticking time bomb. But it's not just the weather, human activity also played a part: illegal burning of debris in dry areas. Improper forest management, with too much dry brush left unattended. Delayed action on climate change policies, leaving communities vulnerable. Scientists have been warning about this for years, but not enough was done. Impact on the environment. The human loss was tragic, but the environmental impact was just as devastating. Over 20,000 acres of forest were destroyed. Entire ecosystems were wiped out, displacing countless species. The fires released massive amounts of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, worsening global warming. It's not just about the damage, it's about the ripple effect. Burned soil becomes vulnerable to erosion and flooding. Destroyed trees mean less oxygen and more carbon dioxide in the air. Animal populations that survived now face starvation and habitat loss. This isn't just a tragedy, it's a warning. How communities responded. But here's the thing: even in the face of devastation, humanity showed up. Firefighters worked day and night to contain the flames. Volunteers set up emergency shelters for families who lost everything. Donations poured in from across the country, helping families rebuild their lives. One firefighter described it perfectly: "It was the worst fire I've ever seen, but seeing people come together gave me hope." This tragedy showed that when disaster strikes, people step up. Eco-friendly lessons from the wildfire. Wildfires like these are becoming more common, and climate change is fueling them. The good news? We can do something about it. Here's how you can help prevent future wildfires. Plant more trees. Trees act as natural fire barriers and reduce heat levels. Clear dry brush. Keep your property free from dry plants and leaves. Support renewable energy. Reducing fossil fuel use helps fight climate change. Avoid open burning. Skip bonfires and fire pits during dry seasons. Support local fire prevention programs. Every community needs a plan. Protecting the planet starts with us. Every small action matters. How to prevent future wildfires. California is already making changes to prevent future wildfires. Controlled burns are reducing dry vegetation. AI-based fire detection is giving early warnings. Stronger building codes are protecting homes in fire-prone areas. But here's the thing: governments and scientists can't do it alone. We need to change how we live. Be more eco-friendly. Reduce your carbon footprint. Support green energy. Small changes equals big impact. The 2025 wildfires were devastating, but they don't have to define our future. Take action now. Protect your home by creating defensible space. Support reforestation and recovery efforts. Make sustainable choices every day. Because protecting the planet, protecting our future. So, what was your favorite fact? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.